The internet is full of so much randomness about IIT Girls. So many opinions, rants, sometimes questions, a lot of sexist comments. Even if you look at some of my videos, there are so many casual comments on how girls have it easy, get placed easily, irrespective of whether they are good or not. Which is why I had to create this video presenting to you a point of view from these girls themselves.
Hi, my name is Anukriti. I am currently in my final year at IIT Delhi. Next year in August, I'll be joining a pharmaceutical company in India as a chemical engineer.
Hi, I am Richa. After IIT, I worked as a business analyst at Octus Advisors, a strategy and management consulting firm. After working for 2 years there, I realized that my true passion is material science and engineering. So I came to Switzerland as a master's student at EPFL.
So I'm Ujjwala. I live in New Jersey and I'm a manager in a consulting firm. Before this, I had done my MBA from IIM Bangalore and previously worked at a startup.
My name is Somi. After IIT, I have worked for a brief period of time in an investment bank. Then I did my MBA from ISB. Then I've been working as a management consultant for quite a few years, and only recently I started working at a fintech company in an advisory role.
What according to me is the best part about being a girl at IIT and what is the worst part?
You get to learn from the best people in the country. You are finally independent.
I don't think there is any sort of benefit or great thing about being a girl at IIT, but being a student in IIT is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me so far.
I met the most brilliant set of girls in IIT. They were super fun, talented, outspoken, and also the most honest and genuine friends I ever made.
What is the worst part? Just the fact that there's such less number of us on campus.
Super small circle of girls.
The gender ratio truly sucks there.
Peer group in terms of girls that you get to grow up with, it's very less. So your personality is molded in a different kind of a way.
So there were many instances where I would be the single girl in a 40-50 member tutorial. So super lonely.
And that definitely reflects on how far we need to go.
Any big myth, misconception about IIT girls you have heard or would like to clarify?
Since they are so few in number, they love the attention. This is completely not true. Especially in first year when we enter and we are like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds. At that point, it just feels a lot of scrutiny. Almost everyone kind of notices you or talks about what did you wear, what did you eat, what question did you ask in the class. So not too comfortable.
Okay, so I've seen so many videos about IIT girls talking about them as if they're a different species, and one thing that comes out very often is that IIT girls have very high standards and they're very uptight. We're not uptight, but do we have high standards? Yes, we do.
Biggest myth I believe is that IIT girls are like weirdo nerds, but no, we are not. We are not weird, we are not nerds. Maybe we are.
Tell us about your hostel life. Any funny, spicy incident you remember?
Yes, too much to tell. There are 4 years of your life that you spend.
We used to be 3 roommates for at least 2 to 3 years. It used to be a challenge fitting everyone into that small room.
I think the best portion would be with my best friend after we got placed and we got really drunk, and we were there sharing how great our lives are going to be and how great we are going to be.
I made an entire video about this. I think anything that I want to talk about my hostel is definitely surrounded around unhygienic food and unhygienic toilets. So if you're a girl and you're coming to IIT, do not expect a great infrastructure in the hostels and do not expect a lot of hygiene.
Do you think girls at IIT get undue advantage because of the gender ratio? I don't think so.
No, I think that the girls at IIT get an undue disadvantage because of the gender ratio.
It is an academic institute in the end, and it's an exam-oriented space, whether we like it or not. Don't think any gender or any differentiator can really help you except IQ.
It's like saying if you're from Harvard, do you have an advantage over a small business school in India? Of course you have an advantage if you're from Harvard, but you have worked to be in that position, so any advantage that you have is definitely not undue.
There is literally very less people who look like you, talk like you, and have dreams like you, and have social circumstances like you, so it's really difficult.
IIT guys have so many opinions about girls in their college. What do you think about IIT guys? And I also have a lot of opinions about men on campus. They need to go a long way when it comes to things like casteism, racism, sexism.
I would say only good things. I'm also married to an IIT guy, and majority of my close friends today are still from IIT Kanpur, so I have nothing bad to say about it.
I don't think I think about IT guys at all. I mean, they're just guys.
Objectifying girls was a real thing, and the general mentality and the theme used to be that IIT girls are not girly or good enough, and I don't even know what made them feel so entitled to have such opinions in first place.
I think girls and boys are brilliant who make it to the IITs, but that doesn't necessarily translate to their characters as a human being.
Have you ever faced any discrimination or casual sexism in IIT?
Yes, of course. Which one do I tell?
Casual sexism? All the time. And to the point that I think at times I felt desensitized to all these things.
Talking about how women have it easier, how they get better jobs even if they're not qualified. No, they're getting jobs because they're qualified. They deserve it.
One of the biggest ones that I remember is girls at IIT during my time used to be called non-males. It is so disrespectful, and I took a lot of offense for that term.
We had to make a mechanical washing machine, and I was using a hammer, and a technical staff, he came and spoke to the colleague who was sitting beside me that, are you going to let a girl do that? And well, it just hit. I'm there to learn as well.
Every year about 500 to 1000 girls graduate from IITs.
And yet when we hear success stories about startup or development sector or boardrooms, they are mostly male.
Your thoughts on where do the IIT women go? I was reading an article the other day, and it said that a lot of women, including IIT women of course, get out of the workforce after they have had their child. Specifically for IIT women, it said that most of these girls have spouses who are very well earning, who are at the top of their field as well, and they don't feel that monetary pressure to continue working. Personally, I feel like it's such a great loss for the country in general.
I do feel that 10 years down the line, there's going to be much more stronger workforce.
If you look closer, you would come across many inspirational stories about IIT women. One who was a graduate from IIT Kanpur in mathematics and went on to study law and is helping the underprivileged people in remote villages in India.
Then I found this Facebook group called IIT Women. These women meet up and share their stories, and I think the entire group is so wholesome, and especially if you're someone who thinks that they might not want to take the most common route that people take post-engineering degrees, because the amount of diverse work that these women are doing, honestly, the sky is the limit.
We should do more science journalism where we pick such stories and give limelight to women for a change.
Now coming to a super fun section, reacting to random statements that we found on the internet.
I am so done with these statements. I am so done.
IIT girls are rare breed and different from other girls. Yes, we are. Definitely.
No, we're not different from any other girl. All girls are the same and all girls are great.
We are just like any other girl in India or in the world, fighting patriarchy, feeling unsafe so many times and pushing our way through our careers. Girls at IITs are like princess dolls with their admirers ever ready to lay their lives at their beck and call.
No, where are these admirers?
This statement is like an epitome of casual sexism.
See, this makes me angry. I've spent 4 years on campus and I've had not received this type of behavior from any individual. So I think I'm doing something wrong because I want this.
IIT girls have it easy during placements.
Among the girls that I was close to, they all had like good academic scores, and I think beyond that they also had very good interpersonal skills. And I feel this is exactly what the companies were looking for.
No company is stupid enough to take people who can't do the job they are meant to.
I saw the way it is perceived when a company hires more women than men, that they are deemed as hiring only for diversity and not for talent, as if IIT women are not talented at all.
Mark my words, if you're an IIT girl and you are not good for that company, they are not going to hire you. On the other hand, if you are good enough for that company, same as a guy, then maybe you have a slightly higher chance of getting hired.
IIT girls get a lot of male attention. Yes, we do. And it's nice.
Yes, we do. But it's more a comment on the way guys are raised in our country.
IIT girls don't pay attention to how they look, present themselves.
Some do, some don't. I mean,
I am someone who likes to dress up. I am someone who likes to do her makeup, get her nails done, get her hair done.
Personally, for me, I can say that I love clothes. I love experimenting with fashion. But a lot of times I don't have the time or the energy, and I don't care as much.
IIT girls become like guys, get desensitized to flirting, to cuss words, and are more like bros.
I think this statement in itself is very problematic because you are putting some certain characteristic behavior to one sex.
I fall in this category, but I know so many brilliant women who are not bros.
कई बार ऐसा होता है, even today, like when I'm sitting with a bunch of people, there's a guy who is just going to use a swear word and they would look at me and say, oops, sorry. As if like it's disrespectful because I'm a lady sitting there, and until the time they actually say sorry, I don't even realize something wrong has happened over here.
IIT girls are overqualified and have difficulty finding a good equal match for them.
Yes, a very big yes. We are very overqualified by your standards.
It depends what you're looking for. Are you looking for the heart of that person, or are you looking for that person's qualifications?
How men are raised in our countries with a very tiny ego.
And if a man is scared of marrying a woman who is driven, determined, successful and smart, that's on you. That's not on me.